for the first, or for a limited amount of time, let's just say that we have, like the private servers do it, we have just, there is content available in the game still, like BC content is still in the game, but nobody can use it anymore. So why don't they just go ahead, release some servers that play on the BC patch, the latest, and then finally, step by step, unlocking the new content. Or unlocking new content, well, new old content, new oldish content. So they start off with Karazhan, Gruul, and so on. T4 basically, then T5, Tier 6. That would be, in my opinion, the best way to manage it, because we had much more balanced PvP, both in both in Warcraft of the Lich King, probably the most balanced PvP actually ever. What lies? And in BC2, Cataclysm and yeah, rests are not balanced. And they know that. It's a fact, they just know it. But anyways, so that would give us back our real good PvP, at least for a moment. They answered with saying that these games were awesome at the time, but they are not good in the current time.
I'm acting on instinct.
But I have to disagree on that. These mechanics are not good for a certain amount of players. And that's really what it comes down to. The newer World of Warcraft games were more designed for newbies. I just have to call them like that. Newbies, not hardcore players. For that, the best example I can give you is can anybody of you remember the quest for the epic flying shapeshift of the Druid? I bet almost nobody can, because you never experienced it. Well, some may can, but that's a limited amount of persons, I would imagine at least. Yeah, these flying modes, I worked my ass out for that. Just, oh my god, it took so goddamn long. You had to travel all over the place, and back then you couldn't just fly in Azeroth. That wasn't possible back then. So you had to travel by foot basically, or with your mount, but with your ground mount. And well, oh god, it took ages. But after you did it, you felt like you had accomplished something. You just earned it. And that's something, and now, what's happening now is they just give you the option, 5,000 gold, this quest is not even in, the quest is not even in the game anymore. They just took it out and said, hey, you guys don't want it, this was really bad for you, oh what, I'm rambling. Nobody liked this quest, which is not really true. I liked it a lot, although it was really annoying. It was annoying, but again, after you did it, it felt good. Nobody likes this quest. Let's just give him that for free.
On instinct.
And that's something I felt so pissed after I read these changes. I just tore my ass apart to just get this flame on, and now they're having it for free. I just couldn't swallow it, but
our paths
well, that's probably my first world's problems. I should embrace it, but I don't know. It just took away a lot of the game. Or these changes just took so much away from the game. So much hardship. I remember leveling up. It was, or with my paladin, I had to actually sit down, drink every 1 or 2 mobs. And now you just steamroll through manners, no issue at all. And that's not one other problem. Mana for healers is still the biggest thing. But they actually made it because, well... yeah, they changed like how casters work, for example. They changed how everybody worked, basically. Back then, in BC and Warcraft of the Lich King, you actually had to conserve your mana. In Warcraft of the Lich King, not to the biggest amount anymore. But in BC and in classic it was the worst. But you had to control your mana. So as a mage, you could go out of mana, and then you were just standing there.
What lies before me?
And well, that you wouldn't do anything except standing there.
I wander alone. I've got the scent.
I know that pissed a lot of people off. To just be standing there, not DPSing, but I thought it actually added to the game, because you had to conserve your mana. You couldn't just spam it. And where do I need to go? Let me just try and get over here.
Converge.
Where are you going now? You're trying the same way. I haven't quite picked up where the last one was. Pandaren. Can you just show me, please? Egg of the Thunder Water. Oh. I could imagine it being over here. No, I got that? No. Huh? Over here?
I wander alone.
I don't know. Oh. Over here. Maybe.
I'm acting on
somewhere.
instinct.
It looked like it. There was something. Oh! Yeah, there we have it. Strongest string available in this side of Casmodan. Okay, well, I found it. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, mana and another thing that was tied with the mana problems was that you had to conserve your aggro. You actually had to watch add-ons, probably, and just be sure to not get to deal too much damage and draw aggro from the tank. Or in order to not draw aggro from the tank.
Sweet.
This was actually. Let me just get this out of the way. There we go. What do we have here? Agility. Okay.
What lies before me?
Let's get back to Shannon. This was actually a good thing because tanks were really struggling at the time to hold aggro. Now they have this active mitigation tool thing, but I found it really good with just going in there, having your big ass shield, your big ass armor, and just have tankiness coming from the armor and the freaking shield, and not from yourself. I know it's cool to avoid things manually, but ultimately it's just a chance and a percentage, and it doesn't just the active damage mitigation thing is just not visible to you. It's just you get a hit, or there's a hit incoming. You just know it. You have to really learn all the bosses. That's one thing that did improve. They had you to learn all the bosses. After you learn a boss, you know where the hit is coming. And when the hit is coming, you would hit a button that would reduce the incoming damage. But you actually never saw it. It's just a number. Nobody witnesses it. But in comparison with the threat thing, a good tank could be appreciated by players. It would be so good to have a good aggro spamming tank that will know what they're doing and just created this good feeling for everybody in the group by just knowing I could go all out, and if you were a good tank, they probably could go all out. And you were just benefiting other players. Now you're basically benefiting the healers. And if you screw up, it's not really a big deal. So, I don't know. Well, let's just listen to Chance.
Perfect. Perfect! These are just what I needed. Here, try a sample of my latest creation.
What the hell is that stuff? Are you trying to kill me?
Ah, perhaps it needs some refinement. After all, we must learn to crawl before we can run. Don't you agree? Well, now that my brew is complete, I can experience more of this strange, rugged land. Would you mind if I tagged along with you, warrior?
Not at all, Chen. that my path is a perilous one.
Ah, my friend. I found that no path is too perilous when doused with strong drink. Off we go.
Yeah, now he's available hero. He has the ability to breath fire, drunken haze, and this is actually a little bit better than the rest, I would say. The passive one is probably the best.
My strength.
Yeah, that's basically the idea for the
Our
monk right
paths
here.
converge.
Now I have to kill off the big thing, haven't I? Yeah, there we go.
I'm acting on instinct.
So where was I? Yeah, just being a good tank would release so much stress off your fellows because, well, they don't really need to worry about that too much. They still have to do it, but it was just benefiting everyone in the raid. And now it's just benefiting the healers in some strange way, and I just don't like this material. It doesn't feel like a big accomplishment anymore to just press a button whenever someone is striking a hit. I know spamming a button wasn't really cool too, but just having all these in AoE, intense AoE situations, like you had a lot of mobs around you that you have to deal with, and you have to gather all of them. It was just hectic. You would taunt that. Taunt was a melee range, by the way. You had to taunt that. You just had to run over there, thunderclap, get the aggro. Thunderclap wasn't even near enough. Not even near enough. Wasn't even near enough. Gosh, what's wrong with my stuff? Wasn't even close to where it is right now in terms of aggro. And they basically took all of that away in order to implement a system that would allow you to reduce damage. I never got warm with it. I just find that tanking is a lot less interesting than it was. And I'm probably not the only one. Let's just get these. These are all pretty bad, because Shen is pretty bad.
What lies before
right now? He's a melee too. True melee. Not like the Rexo melee. I should probably wait over here though. So they don't just steamroll in there with no backup.
Another round?
Can I... Okay. Doesn't deal damage, doesn't it though? Yeah, it just uses the signs of hitting. Yeah. So there's some of my thoughts. I would really appreciate if they would go back just for story reasons. Just World of Warcraft was so much better than
I've got the scent.
Story-wise, actually, I just love going through this vast land of Outlands. I don't know, but they probably never will because, well, it's gonna give them more money if they don't. Just face it. Games these days, most of the games, Dark Souls is a really nice exception of this rule. Games these days are...
Foolish of you to come here. We are not afraid of you orcs. We won't let you chase us out of our lands.
I never intended to chase you out. I intend to bury you here.
Yeah, usually games are... Do I have to get that?
Another round? I'll put it on your tab.
Oh, agility. He is scanning with strength, so no big deal there, but I don't know.
I've got the scent.
Let me just grab that gold coin.
I've got the scent. Our paths converge.
Yeah, games are usually pretty easy these days. And World of Warcraft has to be pretty easy too. And pressing a button whenever you see a big strike incoming, and even having a freaking add-on tell you that's not really that hard to just download something that would tell you, oh my god, big hit in 5.
We're under attack!
Yeah, it's just so much easier. PvE and PvP. PvP is not even balanced. Like, freaking Bladestorm is overpowered as shit right now. I love to have a good way for warriors to get off CC, out of and be kind of this uncontrollable force. which Bladestone was designed about, to being an uncontrollable force for the enemy to just wreck shit with. But they shouldn't put the damage...
caravans are safe at last. You've done well, warrior. The Horde owes you a great debt. Go to the armory down the way and tell them I sent you. They'll give you a choice of exotic items.
Okay.